Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. You ever just had a bougie dog? So, I don't know if you caught him at the very beginning of the video, but we've got a rescue dog, Finn. He's a standard poodle. They call him a party poodle, not because it's a big party when you hang out with him, even though he's a great dog. But because he's mixed in colors, he's part this, part that. So he's actually part black and part white in his coloring. But it's rainy here in the south. It's 72 degrees in January. I'm like, come on, I like some colder weather. You know, which kind of leads me into this bottle, which is something that I would absolutely love. This is Redwood Empire's Devil's Tower. And the reason I like colder weather is because this is a high rye mash bill. It's a 51%, bourbon. It's 45% in the rye, and it's a 4 grainer. So you've got, what do we got here? We got 2%. My eyes are just horrible this morning. Malt, and then 2% barley. So you got malt, barley making up the last 4%, 2% each, 45% rye, 51% bourbon. So very, very high rye bourbon. What's really neat about this is I guess this is going to be their only batch of this. There's 2 batches they released this year, this being one of them. And they selected up, there had to be a minimum of 5 years of the product they were selecting to make this small batch and blend it. But it'll be really neat to see. It says release number 1 or batch number 1 on here. But I like Redwood Empire, and I like the story behind how they name their bottles. They actually pick redwoods from the Northern California area that have already been named, and this one right here is the Devil's Tower. So I think that's really cool. Um, it's Thursday, man. We're getting in close to Friday, ready for some football on Sunday. I hope I haven't given the kiss of death to someone's team. I got a chuckle the other day. I happened to be wearing a Chiefs shirt, and someone said, "Oh, you look great in purple," because they're playing the Ravens. So that just tickles me. It's always a lot of fun there. Um, what are your big plans for the weekend? I am going to just be working on the basement, aka the future studio, the man cave. I'm looking forward to that. Going to be trying to seal up the floor in there, get it all right up there, and start hopefully working on some of the shelving down there. But of course, life has its own things, and it will take you in your own direction sometimes. Right on the nose, you do get some of the nice rye spice, a little bit of an herbal note going on there. Not overly powerful, not like what I would consider that medicinal herbal, at least on the nose from the first blast on it. I'm not a big medicinal herbal fan, but if you've got like kind of a fresh herb thing going on, I can rock with that. The rye is kind of dominating a little bit on the nose for me. You get a light toast. Now, I think this was a char 3 toasted, so you're getting a toasted product on this as well. Coloring on this is kind of a deeper yellow. The fingers on it are thinner fingers, so it's got some viscosity and oil, but it's just looking the thin fingers. Sometimes you get it on the glass where it coats, and it's just like it takes forever to start coming down. You get these bigger droplets. This you're kind of getting more of a thinner runny legs, so thin legs on this one. I'm getting a hint of vanilla in here. In a first blast, I kind of got like a light brown sugar, but now kind of you're getting more of the savory notes in the nose from that rye, which I don't mind. I really like some rye products. So you've got this kind of a rye type of thing going on, which is neat. It's got a little bit of smokiness to it too. So I don't know if that's from the char, the toasted portion of it. But now we figured out, okay, it's kind of a savory rye note with some of the classic bourbon kind of a notes, at least on the nose, but that are kind of muted down a little bit. Let's see what we get on the palate. Now this is 101 proof, so at least for me, it's not gonna blow up my chest. You do get a nice little hug through it. Feels nice in the mouth. It's not super viscous, but it spreads well. It's not overly sweet when you go in. I'm a sweet bourbon person. If you like something that's maybe not as sweet, this could definitely be right in your wheelhouse. I do get a lot of the rye notes on it, but it's very smooth though. It's not like overpowering, punch you in the mouth type of a thing. If you're looking to experiment, maybe into a rye, or you haven't really done a lot of high ryes, this could be something that could work really well for you. I get a real buttery quality with this too. So you get a little bit of the sweet up front, not a whole lot of sweet, but you get super smooth. You get very buttery. On the back end, you're starting to get a little bit of the rye spice on there. I've had a lot of things that have been kind of like a fine black pepper. I'm not really getting maybe like a peppery note on this, but more of a rye spice note on this. The herbal that you're getting on this is not overpowering. It's not medicinal. It's just very, very smooth. It's got a transition. Now the thing about this is it's not heavily pop you in the face with a lot of intense flavors. It's just more of a slow rolling blend of a little bit of sweet, a little bit of buttery, a little bit of the savory coming in, tiny bit of dryness on the back. So it's more of a sweet oak. It's not a real heavy, drying oak that you get on the back there. And man, I'm finding this really, really crushable. Now the one thing I'll say is it's not grabbing me and popping me with a whole lot of intense flavors, and it's only 101 proof. But what I'm getting here is a super nice transition, very easy to drink, very approachable. If you, like I said, if you haven't started on some ryes yet, or you just have been afraid to start on some ryes, I almost got, wow, that was strange. On the very back, I almost got like a little bit of uh, kind of a cherry lollipop. You remember the little generic cherry lollipops, but not super intense, but just kind of like an after bit of that. So that was kind of neat. Wasn't expecting that. Um, but it's very approachable, and it gives you some of the rye characteristics without maybe going too intensely in it. I'm not getting a lot of the heavy peppery. I'm not getting a lot of any kind of a chocolate or anything on that, like you get on some different ryes and stuff like that. But you're getting some spice. You're getting a nice little bit of the savory. I really enjoy the buttery quality on this. Um, like I said, it's very approachable at 101 proof. And I got that little bit of a weird taste on the back. But the one thing I'll say about this on some Redwood Empires, and I like Redwood Empire, don't get it wrong. I mean, I'm splitting hairs here. I just think it has a smoother, more subtle approach than some of the other Redwood Empires. And sometimes you take that for granted. A lot of times you want those intense flavors and you want that heavy transitions into things, where this is just more of a friend that says, hey, I'm a little bit sweet today. I'm a little bit salty today. I'm a little bit buttery today. I'm a little bit A little bit of sweetness on the back, and oh, here's a little sucker. So it's kind of unusual the way this works, but I think it's very approachable. Now, am I going to run out and buy another bottle of this? No. I think it serves its purpose. I'll have it on my bar. I want people to try it. I think it's a great product, but it's not anything to me that screams, I need to go run and get a second bottle. Am I glad I have this bottle? I am, because I think it serves a lot of purposes for people that would visit me or people that want to try a sample of something. Um, and I think that they would really, really enjoy it as well. So excellent product there. Um, didn't mention this up front. Added another bottle of the 2000 giveaway. This was from Terrence. This is Four Roses. This is a Lucan's Wine and Spirit. It's 8 years, 9 months, OBSK. This one's coming in at 120.8 proof. Terrence, thank you so very much. So 2000 giveaway. Got the 2XO over here, the Elijah Craig 923, Four Roses single barrel, Buffalo Trace 1 liter. And this is the Knob Creek Longhorn, exclusively done for Longhorn. So we've got 5 different bottles. The 6th one is coming. I'm waiting for something to happen on the point system so I can get that out. And you know, I can't thank you all enough. I mean, Mark Gale, thank you so much. Terrence, thank you so much. Dave Vogelsang, thank you so much. And we've got one more in David Cook that we're going to be working on something from a point system for that as well. So looking forward to the 2,000 member giveaway. 1792 will be giving out a bottle of 1792 bottle and bond. That'll be a store pick on that. You know, we're at 1,700 and I think 13 this morning. So creeping up there, getting close. Hopefully within the next few weeks, we'll be able to get that bottle out and then move towards 2,000, because I love to get bottles to people. Plus, I'm going to be adding a sample pack, and part of that's going to be that 13th Colony, that cask strength 130 proof, which I really like. I think it's something that when you get higher proof things like that and you get some flavors, I even mentioned Old Carter in it a little bit, how it kind of reminds me of some of the qualities you get from an Old Carter. Back to the Devil's Tower. Like I said, I think it's a good buy. I don't think I'd buy another one. I would suggest anyone, if they have it in a local bar, get a pour first. See if it's something you want to add to your collection. I'm glad I have it in my collection, but I'm not going to run out and get another one, because I think I spent a little over $100 on this bottle, you know, after taxes and things like that. And it's just, you can't continue to have those kind of bottles that you buy backups for, unless it's something that you say, I want my kids to drink this one day. Because my kids have already told me there's certain bottles that I need to donate to them or put on the will for them. They've already figured out some things. I'm getting a little bit of citrus note now, kind of an orange kind of note too on the nose, and it's neat. Kind of after you've nosed something and you've tasted it and you go back and nose it again. Sometimes you can pick up some different things. But I got a little bit of like an orange peel, orange zest type of thing, just a tiny bit on there. Being Thursday, I'm excited. The weekend's almost upon us. If, you know, some people work a lot of weekends. I used to work a lot of weekends. I worked third shift for a long time. I worked weekends for a long time. I mean, I remember there were times I went for a 7-month stretch that I worked straight. 12 hours a day, 7 months, no days off, you know, no holidays, no vacation time. And sometimes life has that for you. And if you're in that type of a thing right now, know that there is some light at the end of the tunnel. It took me a long time to get through that, but you know, I got to a point now where I have more of a steady hour type of job. But not all of us have that. But if you have that this weekend off, or if you're off today, man, I'm looking forward to some things. But most importantly, if you're working today, I hope your work day goes by fast. I hope that you're successful in everything you do. You're the one that sets, and I tell both of my children this all the time. You're the one that sets the tone. The energy that you bring into this world, people are going to follow. If you're leading people, make sure you're bringing that energy. You know, you want them to follow behind. You're the one that brings things up. You're the one that brings things up. So bring that good energy today. I hope your work day goes by fast. I hope you're successful. if you're off today or you're looking forward to this upcoming weekend, I hope your off time just slows down and you get to enjoy some of the things you want to recharge. Whether it's time with friends, time with family, some alone time for yourself to recharge, all the above. Have a nice pour. But most importantly, cheers and God bless. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you.